Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid, and I'm joined once again by Agrippa. Oh, I think he left.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm back.
And Ravzia
Hello.
and Zan.
Yep.
All right. So, Zan, what happened last time?
Oh, there were some big fights, but nothing too crazy other than our poor friend Micklin.
Yeah, I think Micklin had his last dying gasps of, and he's not long for this world. But I feel like we're about to have. Okay, yeah, we can see it here. Bogarus is attacking Ctis.
There we go.
There we go.
That's a lot, too. That's a lot of attacks.
Yeah.
Not only is Bogarus attacking Ctis, but I also spy an Arco attack on Bogarus there.
Oh. Ooh, spicy.
That's
All right, so a lot of things. Message from Arco. Hey, Lucid. Turns out that when you're used to playing Fascia, your communion math gets a little skewed by the fact that your slaves have size 3 HP. I'm sure you saw my throne battle last turn. It turns out that even with personal regen, earth power, and Orphic mystics doing healing and reinvigoration, a 1-to-1 slave to master ratio is too low. I lost all my slaves. Glad it happened this early. I get to correct before any major battles happen. Yeah, we saw him lose a lot of mages. We didn't see why, so...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm still a big proponent on...
I'm
still big on not communing with mystics at all. You maybe do a baby one to cast 1 or 2 big spells, but I think mystics are better on their own.
Yeah. Okay. I've also negotiated Province 127 with Bogarus. So there's... so the battle there is not actually starting a war, sorry. Okay, well that's really good to know.
Disappointment from the peanut gallery.
Okay, a message has arrived from Lemuria. Hi, subbed this turn. My first impressions looking around, seem to be on track in terms of forwarding everything, so that's good. Gem income seems to be pretty low. No site searching is done, seems subpar. Almost no scouts out. I'm a bit blind, we'll try to fix. Abyssia doesn't feel super threatening, although I have zero clue about the matchup. But it's hard to fight a war without having context. Not sure how strong their pretender is, what the match is like, or where they're moving to. Tried to piece out to get my bearings, but they are unwilling. The Lemurian life. I'd like to force a big battle if able. I'll send a raiding party or two with consuls or stealthy priests. Okay. So, where do y'all want to start? Maybe Caelum?
Yeah, we'll start with Caelum.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
All right.
Uh-oh. Big fight.
Well, did Caelum fight here?
Just PD.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
just PD.
Somebody's casting Foul Vapors, though.
Uh-oh.
That's still using gems, yeah.
So this white
Oh,
mage
and-
cast it. This was
Yeah.
their
That's his
god.
god.
Oh gosh.
A bunch of mages are standing adjacent to him.
Yeah, so he's
Yep.
already putting a bunch of them to sleep.
Hey, every Dominions player makes that mistake at least.
109 fatigue, round 2.
At least
145 fatigue. Welcome to Cold 3.
Is he gonna kill some of them with how cold it is? Holy
Oh,
shit.
maybe. But they made pretty quick work of the PD here, so I think that's actually probably lossless.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Oh.
Nope.
One
Wants to...
mounted commander makes sense. He doesn't
Okay.
have poison resistance. Nor do the Pikeneer.
So what's interesting is it looks like Caelum moved everything to their cap, but didn't patrol.
Didn't patrol. Interesting.
Hmm.
Well, if you're Flagra and you're looking at Ctis' army,
If you're Falegra, you're looking at Ctis' army. Go ahead.
you agree to let him take the capital, or do you say, hey, I have a bigger army, shove off, or do you go after one of the other forts? I mean, this is the point where the coalitions can struggle.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think on one hand, Falegra probably doesn't feel like he's on the clock, but on the other hand, he does have a Draken here, so
Yeah.
that's a
Well,
pretty big
the Draken's
negotiating
still
tool. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I think both of their gods are sitting right in front of each other.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
This early, if it wasn't in the cold and it wasn't someone else's capital, so Flegra had at least some dominion or low candles, I think the Draken could take that entire Citizen army.
And as we can see,
Yeah.
Ctis might have some other ideas
It's 4
about
candles.
Yeah, but the Draken's also cold-blooded, and that will make things very
I don't
difficult.
think they are. I thought Drakens weren't. I thought they were like
Grippa.
the
No, I
only-
learned that they are.
They are.
I
Okay.
used one against Zan and attacked this cold 3, whatever nation
There's
you were.
something. What is
And got
cold?
destroyed.
What's not cold blooded that you would think would be?
a worm.
Maybe a worm. Okay, I know there's something.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean,
Now
This
the
might have-
other, this is the other big negotiation factor is Ctis is probably going to need this army somewhere else. Probably doesn't have time to sit through and siege through a 750 wall strength
like they
fort.
might have seen it coming because
Right.
they have some parties out opposite where the Bogarus parties ended up.
Right.
Please tell me that Bogarus did the thing on both battles where he's.
Let's see.
I mean, those were some pretty sizable.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We're
Does he have
not
mind burn now?
advancing.
Oh, big air elementals.
There we go.
Well, that'll do it. Snipe the commanders just like that.
What are these guys casting? Still, but
He's literally found.
he doesn't
a way
have mind burn or
But
to
anything.
attack and not.
They're. Oh wait, no, they're on advance and cast now.
All they're on advanced and cast. They're casting luck and body ethereal.
Oh god.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me, dear Lord, let me see this played out to fruition. Like, what is the culmination of this strategy?
Look, there's 42 bards here.
He's literally found a way to be on defense while attacking.
This is your idol, Grippa.
Grippa, you gotta
Yeah, this
play
is what I
Bogarus
have
again.
to do. I will never lose a war.
They walk up. They swing a lot. They miss a lot.
I mean, flawless victory, right?
Yeah, and then they walk away, right?
Uh-oh, mages in melee. But mages with ethereal and luck.
Yeah, there you go.
No cheat fate,
Knifing
though.
those lizards.
I mean,
hey,
dude, 0 losses, 40 barbs.
42 barbs, yeah.
I mean, that's
Credit
a
where
decent
credit's
amount of... Wait, is that 23 PD or something? 22?
22, I think.
I
I don't think he lost a single unit in any of those fights.
mean, these
Same
are...
thing here.
It's possible his brain is just too big for this game. I think he might break it.
We have to. He's never played Dominions before, and this is what he does.
Hey, that's what new players do. Sometimes you bloodlet yourself to kill the enemy.
I mean, this is pretty... It's... I'm not going to say this is like a great strategy, but it's working. I will say that. It is definitely working right now.
I'm so happy it's working.
Oh, Ctis pings here.
Or he gets patrolled out.
Uh,
No, if he got patrolled out, it would be first. So yeah, he must have pinged.
no, but there's no attack. We don't get to
Oh,
see
that
the...
must-
Yeah, so
must-
he got patrolled out. Okay.
As we said, Arco negotiated for a
Right.
province.
A pretty fucking good province, too. 2 gems. That's a big deal in late age.
Bogarus take over there. They had
Bogarus
a-
takes this
well,
back.
Okay, yeah, they took it back. Okay, that makes
With-
sense.
You'll notice the exact amount of Malia Druzina for Guard Commander.
Will they ever stop? That's the real question.
I think that...
Maybe that's why he didn't attack Arco. Arco's like the only person. Oh wait, they're on the monkeys, not Arco. Because Arco's like the only ones with magic weapons. His one weakness.
Oh, right, yeah. That was the negotiation, was like, don't want to fight you, Arco, because you have magic weapons, so you can hit through body ethereal. Okay. So that's spicy. I mean, Ctis has time to react. It's not like this fort was one turn popped. But, I mean, I guess he could consolidate everything in his cap and this here. But if Bogarus consolidates here, I don't think he wins that fight. What
I
would
agree.
work is Foul Vapors. So
Oh yeah.
if he has a way to Foul Vapors the Bogarus stack, that would be the actual critical thing against this like Guard Commander bullshit.
White
Because he'd be
mage-
like, hey, you can't hit me, and then he like just Foul Vapors him, and it's like, oh fuck.
Technically, if he plays his card right with horde of skeletons and poison slingers, he could kind of stop me, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, poison slingers are pretty solid if they can force the enemy to stand there in their poison clouds while they get to unload all their
Yeah.
ammo.
Yeah, that poison slingers are like, this is like, my time has come.
Right. Yeah. This
You-
is the perfect use
put me
case
in,
for
coach.
poison slingers.
You're
Put
telling
me in, coach. I finally have a target that I'm not going to friendly fire to death because you can't get there.
You're
Yeah.
telling me there's heavy cav and they're not going to attack rear us?
Yeah. Okay. So this is interesting. I think there's things Ctis can do, but they've been caught a little bit with their pants down. We'll have to see what they do. We've already looked at Falegra. We'll see how that negotiation happens.
He could maybe get his white mage back because
Yeah.
that's the fastest thing in his army.
Right. The white mage could definitely move here, and then from here, if it can cross the rivers, it can probably get here next turn, which would be able potentially to meet up with this army. So, okay, Patala. They seem happy with the gains they've gotten. I would have probably tried to negotiate getting this fort as Patala. I don't. Okay, they've moved up to start eyeing this throne. I think this is the big Patala news.
Yeah, and that doesn't look like too bad of a throne.
Yeah.
Got cavemen
Okay.
for the throne fight, I guess.
Master Shugenja leading some Ashigaru. Let's see what he's got scripted. Maybe Shrink the Giants?
Yeah, legions are still.
Okay. Pretty clean?
Yeah, he brought enough that it should be clean as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Has he started forging either of the thrones he has?
Let's take a look. So this one, no fort yet. This one, no fort yet. So not yet.
Yep,
But
he's
he's got a
started.
fort coming up here.
Yes.
No fort in this province yet.
There's really, I would say, it's like a new player trap where you're tempted to not make extra forts because you want to be able to spam more shark warriors out of the one you have or
Mhm.
whatever. That's definitely a mistake. Just having more Raijin is always
Right. Yeah, Raijin are so good. Okay.
And Micklin is
The
Well-
fort's cracked. So
cracked.
Yes.
They're probably going to be dead next turn. There was no PD there. It's the only reason they managed to take it.
yeah,
right?
that's really funny.
And what turn is it now?
We're on turn 21.
That's poor Micklin.
Yeah, Agarth has moved over this way. I mean, they didn't, I would say that's pretty typical of a new player game. You'll have somebody that kind of just failed, right? And that's kind of what happened. And then they, did some things going out, but, they kind of just, they kind of had one move, right? They had their gambit. They kind of were hesitant playing the card, and then they finally play it, and then it didn't work, and then it's over. So,
Yeah, it's going to leave Holm in a pretty solid position, though.
yeah, let's take a look at score graphs here, because I think we're actually basically done with the turn. I don't think there's anything else really to talk about here.
Did we look at Lemuria?
We did. Nothing really happened. They took this underwater fort.
They took that back.
Let's see. He might have big fire elementals. That could be worth looking at.
Yes, he does. So they could be coming to a.
The men on fire are still charging the mages.
Yep, right past the fire elemental.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Did he do...
Like-
I think these are 1 gem fire elementals, too, so that's pretty cheap.
Do they have
Oh.
jars?
So this is a mistake. He did Phoenix Power. You really don't want to put 2 gems on him, because you only need 1 gem to do a fire elemental. The second gem is just going to lower fatigue. So
Definitely will use it.
you usually want to do either 1 gem for 1 fire elemental or 3 gems for 2 fire elementals. So 2 gems is kind of a no-go territory most of the time.
So little savings add up.
Right.
Yep. 100%.
It may have actually saved this dude's life, though, because he wasn't super fatigued out like he would have been. And he cast, Immolation, which helped make him run. So it might have saved this guy's life, just the fatigue reduction, but...
Do anything?
Huh?
The only time I've ever seen immolation do anything.
Yeah, and probably saved his life too.
I've used immolation against.
I've never been able to get it cast reliably.
Oh.
You have to leave your script empty.
Well, that would be why then.
Yeah, you can't put advanced cast. You can't put spells.
Hmm.
It just needs to be empty.
And without magic weapons, I think the fire elemental is just going to come up and bonk this guy a couple times.
All right, yeah, this guy can't even hurt him because he's basically like a heavy infantry versus a fire elemental.
One bonk and then the follow-up bonk. 3 bonks?
Yeah.
3 bonks.
So it's like easy to cry about how like powerful consoles are, but really just one fire 2 mage with a fire gem. It's like, okay, yeah, he's
Elementals
yeah,
wreck most thugs, not just consoles.
right. Okay.
Rest in pepperoni.
And Abyssia hasn't moved, although I think their god is...
Oh, this means he's starving here, right? So he's chilling out here in the like starvation city.
Oof.
It's gonna be a little rough.
Where'd the pretender go?
Pardoning Richard Nixon.
That's the prophet. Oh, there he
Here
is.
he is, Gerald Ford. Okay.
Still makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's the best pretender name. All right, let's do graphs. We haven't really done this in a while because we need to get to that 20-minute mark. Okay, provinces. We can see Joman still up in number 1.
That's army size.
Oh, that's army size. Provinces. Joman still up at number 1. We have Abyssia making a play into position 2.
You go.
We've got
Oh, wow.
Allegra in position 3. Mighty Happy. And these are all pretty close. You know, Joman's not that far ahead in
Yeah,
this
they've-
graph.
Had about the same gap, but when it's, it's a pretty big difference when it's like 7 to 4 as opposed to when it's like
Right.
20 to 6.
Right. And we've got Arco in number 2. Or number 4, sorry. Then
And
after
big-
that, we have got a kind of a cluster of dudes here with our 2 nations, Ctis and Caelum, which are really riding the struggle bus.
Yep.
Forts, got some people with 3 forts. Oh, no, this is 4 forts. Some with 3 and some with 2. The people in the 3 fort category, it's Falegra and I believe Joman
Yeah. And
and Lemuria and Agartha. But I don't think Agartha has labbed in Tibble's forts.
Well, yeah. And Lemuria and Agartha are not that big, but they have a lot of infrastructure.
Yeah. And then income, we see Joman still number 1. But Abyssia's putting himself in a pretty good position. I mean, he's looking real good.
Yeah.
If he was doing anything other than 1v1ing Lemuria, I would be really optimistic.
Yeah. Gym income. Who is this? No, wait.
Arco, it looks like.
So Joman's up there. Is it Arco? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. So he's got some real good gym income. Some of this was taking that province from Bogarus. But,
Right.
Yeah.
He might have side or something.
And then
Bogarus-
this is
Gym income,
Falegra here at position 3.
Damn.
Research. All right. Who do y'all think is research leader? I think it was Bogarus the last time we looked at it.
I would expect it to still be big.
If it's still Booger, is gonna laugh because literally the mage expansion things
Oh,
are.
here's the
Tis
Yeah.
showing up.
Yeah.
The research leaders are fighting each other. Wow.
Huh. And then
I mean, that would've-
Abyssia with the steady number 3. And then
Yeah.
Falegra and then Joman.
And is that Caelum still? Caelum still up there?
Caelum, yeah, they're kind of the middle of the pack right now.
Lemuria,
But you can tell they were moving their mages these past turns, or this past turn, which is interesting because they didn't move them. I guess they moved them inside the fort, but didn't have them.
yeah, no patrol.
Yeah, patrol, which kind of odd. Dominion, basically Joman, Agartha, and Falegra.
Yeah.
And army size, Joman, Agartha, and Falegra.
That's
These guys
interesting.
have showed up on a lot of graphs. Joman, Agartha, and Falegra in Abyssia. I would say those are like position 1 through 4.
Maybe Arco should be up there too.
Yeah, I mean, Arca's got a lot of gym income too, so I'd say it's a pretty close game here. I mean, you know,
I think Joman is still position 1
yeah,
at this point. If other people are making good gains in wars, it's going to be hard to keep position 1, right?
right. Yeah, he can't just sit still, but he also can let other people, like if he can just let all his neighbors go to war, take his time, and then go on one of them when
You
they're
can say,
least
oh, if
prepared.
he is at war with Lemuria, that's a lot of free provinces or whatever. He's
Wait,
got
what?
the option to kind of try and pick his war
Yeah,
because he's not being engaged by anybody at the moment.
right. And you know, he can pick a war with the timing that maybe suits him better, like when he has a bunch of Ryujin out. So
Like he's got 10 Ryujin and Elemental.
Gentlemen? Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Or he can play it slower and just pick up as many thrones as he can get up to 4, and
Yeah.
that was a pretty strong position too.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, I think we're about done here. Let's see. Rob, what's your closing kind of remarks on this?
I think we have more exciting turns ahead of us.
Yeah. Who are you banking on if you were a betting man?
I think I would have to bet on German.
All right, still in Camp Joman. Excellent.
I don't know if that's a surprise to anybody here, but yes.
Yeah.
I'm flabbergasted. I had no idea.
Grandpa, who do you bet? You don't have any idea?
No, I meant that I didn't think
Oh.
that Rossi would vote for Jonah.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. Who would
But
you?
as for me, Joman's still definitely in the lead. I like that Abyssia is up to fighting other nations. Joman's kind of just taking some thrones, which is good, I guess. I still think he could have chosen to wield his hammer to take out any of his neighbors, but maybe he doesn't want to get coalition.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it's just still Joman, but
Okay.
I think Abyssia is doing really well too.
Yeah, I think what Rob said about Abyssia is right, which is if they were doing anything other than fighting Lemuria, like it would be great if they could get. I just don't see him taking Lemuria's cap.
Yeah.
It's
Not against that Lich
possible,
Queen.
you know, with enough fire elementals, and you know they could do it, but it's gonna be difficult.
Well, what happens if Lemuria just doesn't break siege, right?
Well, yeah, they have to bring enough siege chaff. I mean, they could, and just you let your stuff starve to death, and you have it where your fire elementals go in first, and you have a boatload of fire gems.
Is that Mount in the Cave? The one Abyssia owns?
This one? No.
Nope. Yeah, then he's SOL. What about the one north of his capital? That's too far, but
Yeah, I don't know.
SOL. Yeah, because you can get cave grubs, and cave grubs are
Yeah.
great Abyssian siege chef.
Okay.
It's not great for Abyssia, sadly.
What do you mean?
Well, I think if they were so let's say they were fighting Ulm, right? While on the one hand they would be ignoring Lemuria, once you win the war, which I think would be maybe easier than, a Lemuria who's trying to stall as long as possible, you have so much more income in terms of gold that I think it's easier to snowball with it, even though they don't mind the death gems,
Oh, you're just talking about the war matchup, not about cave grubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tangent there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cave grubs are great siege chef for Abyssinia. They don't eat. They're summonable, cheapish, and they have.
on his
I think-
god.
I think that's like the way to think about fighting Lemuria is you're really fighting their forts. So if you come and you're just planning on fighting ghosts, but you're not planning on fighting forts, you're kind of approaching it the wrong way. So
Yeah, and then 9 death gems is if he
Yeah.
finds one more in a ditch somewhere. That's I think it's 10 sacreds a turn for late age Abyssinia.
I mean, the other thing is we have Rebirth mod on, right? And it's 4 forts, right? So that's a lot of mage production too. If you can actually get in here, like if you were to bring in like 500, 600 siege strength with summons, right? And then have fire elementals to chew through all the stuff. He's not going to be able to do supply items, right? So he's going to lose a bunch of stuff to disease and starvation. But if he wins these 4 forts, that's a pretty hefty, haul. So
Does he have growth scales?
No, Abyssinia shouldn't have growth.
let's get
Yes,
growth
growth.
1.
Growth
Oh,
one.
just in the capital? No, he's got growth 1. So
Well,
yeah, that's enough to get rebirth.
yep, that's all he needs.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cool. Thank you all for joining.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good. You're welcome.
All right, take care, folks.